Hello, 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 and welcome back to Healing Rehab with your host here, Yafa Shifra. So, we're continuing our Level Up Chronicles series, and we're actually on our fifth episode today. We've been in the introduction, so the milk part of preparing us to get into eating the meat, going into deeper stuff. In order to properly elevate, we need to be educated on some of the things we need to be aware of and getting down to that foundational, setting the foundation for us to be able or educated enough to know how to elevate and how to stay at that elevated position because we perish because of the lack of knowledge. So we can elevate, but if we don't have the proper understanding on things that needs to shift or change within our personal lives, we can actually forfeit what we have been building. Okay. So we don't want to be a novice in a very prominent position. Just as a review, we'll cover some of the topics we went over during this series. So we talked about what are you? What is my purpose? What do I value? And what else do we have here? And I think that's about it. And yeah, who am I? What are you? We covered those. So today we're talking about life choices. This is going to be a pretty short video today. This subject is very much self explanatory when we can understand our life choices and why we have been making those choices. Is it for the betterment of ourselves or is it hindering us? It would put us in a place to reevaluate and see what we can do to change the narrative. Okay, so moving forward and elevating, we want to remove all of the blockage, the negativity, the things that has been causing us to be in a stagnant position, whether it be mindset or certain behavioral patterns or life choices that has, you know, allowed us not to get into that growing stage. Okay, so some examples of my life choices is I choose to live with ethics. I want to have honesty, integrity. I want to have moral convictions and not be someone to deceive or hurt people on purpose or hurt people at all. I choose to live with empathy. I don't want my heart to be cold and callous. Empathy is a beautiful gift. It's emotional intelligence. So I made this life choice to make empathy a part of who I am. I choose to live with boundaries, meaning I'm protecting my sacred, my personal space. I'm not allowing anything that would disturb me or deter me from entering into my presence. Okay. I choose to live with moral convictions. I talked about that concerning the ethics, those coincide with each other. I choose to live with high standards and quality. I don't want to live in the mediocre. the mediocrity in my mindset, in my behavior. I want to have positive type of perfectionism, not toxic. I choose to live with love in spite of people who could actually break your spirit and want you to become sadistic like themselves. I choose love in spite of. I choose to live with kindness. Yes, I'm, leveling up in the kindness I'm going to be offering to people. I choose to live with understanding. I want to not live in a box. I want to understand other people's perspective. And in that, that's where empathy comes in. Too much times we sit and we are just wrapped up in our own world and we're not open, or we don't try to understand someone else's perspective or view on something that is different from us, or the way we think. I'm not saying that you should ignore what you believe. I'm just saying to at least try to understand. I choose to live with a life of growth. Anything alive are to be growing. And I choose to live with politeness. Yeah, I want to be polite and have good speech and manners with people. So I just gave you some examples of my life choices, and these choices, they help me maneuver through life um, favorably. And sometimes these also can cause you to be mistreated, but as you level up and you get to know yourself, you'll know how to deal with these types of situations and people more of a response rather than a reaction. So, for homework, I'd like for you to write out your life choices. And then I want you to fully retrospect on them and see if they've been advancing you or holding you back. And what would you do different in choosing a different pattern of life choices that would help you or prepare you to elevate into your next stage? Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you guys are having a lovely week, and I hope to join you again on my platform. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, and please be interactive in the comments. Let us know some of your thoughts, okay? Peace out.